Good evening, everyone, and welcome to GrayManPrepping. It's time for Survival Saturday, and tonight's topic is the supply chain impacts from customs and tariffs, and I found a few more things to toss in there as well. So we're going to have a fun one tonight, and hopefully everybody here is doing good. Got some more. So let me go over here to the comment section and welcome everybody in. It did drop out of there. Good thing I put the comment in there to remind me about it. So early this morning, LJ, although otherwise known as Lori Jean, was the first one in. And I wish your comments had stayed in. Y'all would have loved those comments, but because it was too far in advance. And so, yeah, anyways. All right. Next one in was Walt Rogers, and he's been a channel member for 21 months. And he says, buy from local farmers and ranchers, American meat for American citizens. Yeah, that's got a whole bunch of message behind that one. Next was Phelan Clan Wolf, then Geeky Gardens from Florida. Rebel Canners is here. Hey, Tammy. Sue Me's in the house. Mother Earth Garden Club is here. Lewis from north of the border as well. Lori Jean is also known as Queen of the North. She's from Canada as well. So Lewis is here. Chef Tech's here. RV Lucky is here. And I'll talk about that too. Let's see here. Hang on. She got the 4 batteries for $220. Oh man, you got it on super sale. That's even cheaper than what I paid for it. And Kaylin Strain's here. And I think that's everybody. If I missed somebody, I apologize. If you're here listening and just lurking, like it says down here, lurking is fine, but please check in, just say lurking. Pros, hit the thumbs up and help us out with the platform's lack of intelligence. I mean, artificial intelligence. Alrighty, yeah, my coffee kicked back in about 2.5 hours ago into high speed again. I've been popping everything I can think around here to try to kill it. I even took a big swig of Dayquil to try to help suppress it. Alrighty, so let's let me go ahead and toss this up here down. There we go. Excuse me. All right, there's the link and pin it. This side over here, so it is pinned to the top. Alrighty, so well, let's go. There we go. So some information for you guys. All right, there are duties, there are tariffs, there are taxes, and I forgot what the I found. There was another one, and I'll talk about the other one. It's not real. It's not any of these. It's more of a major stop sign. All right, so taxes are mandatory costs passed on to any import products, services, or wealth coming into the country. A standard percentage rate is applied to all products being imported. The main role of taxes is to raise revenue for federal and local governments. Sorry. Some of the taxes are port taxes, so that goes to the local governments. Here comes Lewis. Hey, Lewis.
Hey.
Duties are a type of tax added to import products, often a fixed cost determined by international trade negotiations. Calculated on the value of the product as well as weight, dimensions, and other characteristics. The aim of this is to encourage U.S. manufacturing. Sometimes, in my opinion, duties aren't high enough. Now, tariffs are a type of tax added to imports to control how freely a product can be imported into the country. Calculation based on the type of product as determined by the HTS code and certificate of origin. The main aim is to encourage consumption of domestic products instead of buying foreign products. Now, the funny thing about tonight's video, the ad that popped up over my YouTube side here was for Harbor Freight, where 90 some odd percent of, hey Tammy.
Hello.
Where 90 some odd percent of the stuff at Harbor Freight comes from overseas. All right, now there is another one on here that I can't remember what it is. And basically, if you want to find out all about this one has an interesting story on it. The Fat Electrician did it. I think he did it on his other channel, the Fat Files. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's on the Fat Files, where back in the, I think it was it Eisenhower or Johnson, the Johnson administration, I think it was. We were exporting chickens to Germany. Germany decided to throw a big, huge tariff on it, trying to get people not to buy our chicken, to buy the smaller, daintier German chickens. And the president got all bent out of shape and threw a counter something or other on there, and basically said that vehicles basically said that vehicles that are not passenger vehicles, i.e. pickup trucks, small vans and stuff like that, are not allowed to come into the U.S. unless they weigh a certain amount, huge amount, and have, are at a certain cost structure and everything else. Basically, it was called the chicken blockade. And so what we got here. Cold War preppers in the house. Who else did I miss here? Diana 2 is here. Wayne Hunter is in the house. Susan Galay is here. And Lewis popped out and back in again. His internet's giving him a problem. We have CUCD Farmers here. And Diana 2's double tapping in over on your side. I got a freaking gnat flying around here. It's been freezing. I don't know where this gnat came from. I got a couple gnats today that have been bugging me.
Pour some vinegar down your sink. They're in your drain. Vinegar down your sink. They're in your drain trap.
I've been running hot water because I've been doing the taking the labels off of the Atlas jars.
Oh,
so
well,
that's been a lot of hot water going down my trap there. But yeah, it could be. I better check the boys' bathroom because the boys haven't been over in a while. And that might become the boys' bathroom may be dry.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. So anyways, because of this, some of those pickups you see being at on YouTube and stuff that are overseas, where it looks like it's a little 2-seater 4-wheel drive pickup, roll down windows, vents that you slide open, no real AC. It does have a defroster on it, and bare bones that you can get for $6,000 brand new. They're not allowed to be sold in the U.S. because of this. So you can go check over at the FAT files afterwards and find out the exact name of this law. Talk to your local or your state's senators and representatives and get a grassroots going to repeal that stupid law. But that's some of the stuff we're going to be talking about. What's going to be happening here from another country, because these that for those ones about those pickups are either Japan or South Korea. That's the only place those are trying to import from, and the government saying nope. Alrighty, so let's go to the next slide here. There's not much stuff coming into the United States. Every color on there is a 40-foot or longer cargo container. Now, some of these are high cubes, which means instead of being 8 foot tall are 9 foot tall. And some of them, instead of being 40 foot, are 53 feet. Yeah. Generally, those, they look a little odd, and they look like they scabbed on some little thing on each end of it. But yeah, there is, pardon the pun, there is a couple boatloads of stuff here. But yeah, I mean, it's just just the way stuff comes and goes. And I'm going to get into the real radical stuff. Do I want to go into this one yet? No, not yet. It's the next slide that goes radical on us. But this shows report of goods as percentage of the GPD. And you look back in 1970, it was way down here. And it went way up, and then it dropped down around 2010, and then it went up, and then dipped 2019 to 2020. Gee, I wonder why. And then it's going back up again. We're buying too much cheap crap because it's cheap and disposable and easily replaceable for the price. All right.
Yeah, I know. Same up here in Canada. The sneakers I get.
Mm-hmm.
The sneakers I get, they're really cheap.
Oh, yeah. Along those lines, let me go ahead and pause on this for a second. Along those lines, years ago, my wife was getting after me for spending $230. My wife was getting after me for buying a pair of Red Wing boots that cost $239. You should just get pairs at Wally World. And so, I'm not wanting to start an argument and a fight that was going to last year's. I did, and I saved the receipts. And she even went with the one time. These look really good. Get these. And I got them. 3 months later, they fell apart. And then bought another pair. 3 months later, they fell apart. And at the end of the year, I wound up spending about $175 for the boots. And I told her, well, how long do your Red Wings last? Oh, about 5-6 years, easily. I got one pair I have that was from before we got married. Her mouth hit the floor on that one. And when the next pair fell apart, she says, all right, stop. Because I was also complaining about my back so much because those cheap, crappy ones had no good, proper arch support, no foot foundation, and I was feeling pain. And after over a year of wearing those, I was letting her know. And she says, okay, all right, go buy the Red Wing. Bought a pair of Red Wing ones again. Within a week, most of my back pain was gone. So, yeah, as far as some of the stuff coming from the land of the Red Dragon, I don't want it because I know it ain't worth it. And then some of the stuff that's been coming out here in the last year and a half, particularly again at Wally World, the cans of corn, which several years ago looked to be fairly safe. Then all of a sudden they start coming out warning products of this. This product has been deemed to contain chemicals known to the state of California to cause cancer, i.e., lead, and some other things. And it even listed lead on the coming up of the other ingredients, lead, because it was at such a high detectable level.
Yeah.
So, in my mind, folks, some of you may disagree with me. That's fine. We can agree to disagree. But in my mind, some of these things, it's plain old not worth it. We need to bring jobs, manufacturing back to the United States. Unfortunately, it's taken like 30 some odd 40 years to push it overseas. It's not going to come back instantly. It's going to be a painful experience because we've been living on the cheap and getting these cheapy crappy stuff for so many years that and the companies, some of the companies have gone out of business, or they just totally closed all manufacturing. Oh, here's Mark.
Sorry, I was eating dinner. I wasn't going to interrupt and sit there and chew food.
Yeah. I just spotted you here. So they're not, some companies have gotten rid of everything but the headquarters here. And they just import the goods, relabel it, or don't even relabel it and resell it here. Whereas they used to be manufacturers, now they're just resellers. Mm-hmm. All right. So, but some of the stuff that really perturbs me, trying to do it in a high fashion tone instead of saying pisses me off. Something that really perturbs me is that I've seen several stats for the amount of cattle we produce, ship overseas, and then import cheap, crappy stuff that grown overseas back, and then the stores jack the price up to match what is being sold from American producers. So with that, let's switch back to this. And so what's going on is this one video was talking about it from the Cattlemen's Association, saying that per cow, American cows are producing 2.5 to 3 to 4 times the amount of quality beef per head than foreign cows are. But we're importing on a 1-to-1 basis just about. So we're importing less than we're exporting on the cows, and they're jacking the price up on the stuff as if it were American grown cattle and making things really expensive in the store, and there's not as much of what should be there anyways.
Well, they don't have to put the country of origin on stuff like that anymore.
Yeah.
So you don't know where your food's coming from unless it literally says, Bob's Farm from, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Exactly. And what should happen here and I'm hoping for this. You can disagree, folks. I'm hoping for it that when our next president gets in here, one of the things they change up is saying that you must tell us, anything being sold that was brought into the country, doesn't matter if it's brought in alive and butchered here, it was grown in another country. You got to give the country of origin on it.
Yeah, and have a third party, nonpartisan do testing on it for anything that's coming in, not some paid off 3-letter agency saying, yeah, it's fine.
No. I don't want a third party. I want the American Stockholders Association to do it.
Oh,
you know they're going to be all over that like ugly on dog poo.
Yeah, unless they're paid off and their stock stays high and then they don't care.
Well, see, most of them are ranchers.
Oh,
they care.
The meat companies, yeah.
Yes, now meat companies are not part of the American the Stock Association. It's the ranchers.
The ranchers.
Yeah, and so they'll have power to do stuff like that. Yeah, exactly. Lee put up here in 1960, McDonald's French fries just had 3 ingredients, and no, it's not. It wasn't. No, it was potato, tallow, and salt. It wasn't oil. It was tallow. It was in 74, 75. They switched to oil. And that was a hydrogenated, artificial, let's poison you oil.
And prior to that, the tallow that they used in their fryers, they then sold and made their money back to places that made soap.
Yeah.
And now it's all going to waste. It's not being used because it's no good to use for things like that.
Yeah.
And that's why the prices have went up, because they used to be able to sell their oil, dirty oil, make their money back from it, and it was pretty much a break-even kind of thing, so they didn't have to raise prices. And so when we got switched to this hydrogenated oil, then the prices started to go up.
Yeah, because they weren't, they were having to pay people to take the oil away.
Yep.
All right, so
and I know that firsthand. We had a restaurant with fryers in the 70s.
Yeah. So I'm for everyone getting together with other people in your states and pushing to pass and get state laws passed. I'm not talking federal laws, state laws passed. Basically, that only U.S. grown, not processed, U.S. grown meat is allowed to be sold in your states. And we get enough states doing that, then it will be passed as a federal law that only U.S. grown meat will be allowed to be sold in the U.S. And if we can work it right, then we can get somebody sneak a rider on there saying no artificial meats. Get rid of that stuff. The next one here. This is needs to be for across the board. The amount of oats coming into the United States is, the amount of we send oats overseas to countries where they can't sell their oats to their own people. They're not allowed to sell their oats to their people because it doesn't meet their standards. So they sell those oats to us and pay off people in the inspectors and stuff, and to say, oh yeah, and they keep bumping it below. Oh, you can have so many levels of this, of glyphosate or whatever it's called, and all these different things. But the stuff that we grow here, going over there, doesn't have any, or it's so low that it's harder to detect. But we're bringing stuff that's very easy to detect and insanely high. Oh, Wendy's here. Hard Knock Farms is here. So Yeah, we start testing for start pushing for stronger tests so we can make actual readings on this and lower the levels of the allowed levels back down to what's allowed to go out of the United States. It has to be the same level to come in. Then all of a sudden, we're going to stop selling stuff outside the United States because we're going to have a market for it here in the United States. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. How's it going? One of the things, going to oats, it's the instant oatmeal. The levels on some of the stuff is insane because the oats for Quaker Oats is not grown in the United States. They are using oats from across the sea. But we need to do, push for testing on everything and not just grains, not just beef. We're talking vegetables, frozen food, frozen vegetables, fresh vegetables, quote, fresh, sprayed with chemicals so they'll go from green to red in transit. All right, so this is just some of the stuff that is, needs to change. And since the people were getting into the positions to change this, Joel Saladin, yeah, and some of the others and stuff, if they are able to work stuff and push the stuff to those that they're the not counselors for, but
committees,
that they're the
Department of Health and Food Safety.
The guys that are being put in these positions are supposed to be advisors.
Yeah.
If the advisors are taken seriously and they follow what the advisors say, a lot of stuff will go through, and it's going to be you're going to see an increase in food prices for a while.
Temporary, but at least be safe.
Yeah.
What I want to know is, why is it financially responsible to grow food, chickens, peaches, all this stuff here, ship it overseas to have it processed and shipped back again? How can that be any cheaper? It's not. Now that, and because it was grown in the United States, they don't have to put on there that it went to China to get processed, packaged, and shipped back to us with God only knows what in there.
Yeah.
That's got to stop.
Yeah. And the problem with a lot of that is it's coming back contaminated.
Yeah.
With lead and other chemicals.
Yeah, well, China hates us. Look at the Barbie thing, how much lead you want in your Barbie.
And along with that is what's coming back is not what we sent over necessarily. They're mixing stuff from over there in with it and sending it back. So, yeah.
Buy local. Support your local farmer.
Yeah.
Yep. Buy local.
And in the northern states, all the farmers markets are shut down now. But this spring, when they start popping back up again, unfortunately, the way the market is, sometimes some of the ones that are on the first farmers markets they're importing, strawberries. They're importing peaches, apricots, and stuff from outside the country. But later on, when stuff starts coming in, other farmers come into the farmers market selling stuff. Those are the ones you want to become friends with, because those are the local growers.
And to be honest, our farmers market is trying to get, there's several here in the state that are indoor farmers markets, and they're starting to go longer in the year. And right now, our local one is organizing to have an indoor space so they can go year round, because we have a local microgreens person. We have a local pasta person. We have a local cheese maker. We have local mushroom growers. So and still our honeybee people still have supplies that they could sell over the winter. So there's a lot of things that are local that could be sold year round, but they don't have an indoor space to have the market. And so they're really pushing for indoor markets here in Michigan so they can do some year-round stuff, because there are products they can make and sell year-round.
All right, hang on. Let me look over here. Yeah, yeah. That some of the stuff. Yeah, because American flour has been the seeds for the American flour have been genetically altered so much, and bred altered so that they aren't healthy like they used to be. You can still buy ones that are the wheat berries themselves, as well as the ground flour for Elkhorn, and the other one begins with an A.
We did a whole video on that. If you go back, it's on Gil's channel. I think I streamed it to my channel too. But we did a whole video on just that topic about flour. You can buy U.S. grown flour, and maybe they supply, maybe Canada. I'm not sure on that. Don't quote me. But I'm pretty sure most of it is all U.S. grown from Azure Standard.
Yeah.
And they have the inkhorn. It's not cheap, but again, it is not sprayed with glycophosphate either. So,
and it's not bread engineered so that it produces more, but it's a harder the wheat germ in it than the I'm not losing the word in the parts of it. The old and ancient flours were easy to digest.
Yeah.
The new stuff is
gluten.
very hard. Yeah, the glutens and stuff
are
very hard to digest.
Days. All of a sudden, gluten intolerance became a thing in the mid to late 80s and throughout, and then it's like rampant. Allergy to everything out there is now rampant.
Yeah.
So did you know? I mentioned this on that last feed we did about this stuff. Dr. Oz, it's on YouTube somewhere. You just got to find it. He did a thing called wheat belly, and he dug into it. He didn't go down the wrong avenue, but he talked about it, about how they made the wheat shorter and obviously they genetically modified it so it has more wheat berry per volume, all this other stuff, and how now when you eat it, you don't digest it, and it gives you basically beer belly.
If you look into leaky gut syndrome, it is not actually the wheat that is causing what they're calling the gluten. It is the stuff that is sprayed on it is being suspected. I'm trying to use my words carefully. Do your own research. I don't want to say anything more of this video.
They're looking into alternative reasons why some of these things maybe happen. They just haven't come to a conclusion yet.
Yeah.
Well, they can pretty much
have come to the conclusion, but they're just trying to push it the right way.
Yeah, because their stock values will go down.
Yeah. Well, it's miraculous how if you treat your leaky gut syndrome, you no longer have said allergy. That's all I'm going to say on that.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. I think that's the last one of those I have up there for that. Yes, that's the last of that. Go ahead and
hey Tammy, I got a question for you.
Yes.
Do you drink raw milk?
I would if I could get it. It is not allowed in my state. I don't know if you've ever seen my hat that says "Make Milk Raw Again." I am a big proponent of raw milk and the health benefits. When I had my own goats, I drank raw milk. If I could get a supply of it, I certainly would. Okay. It's just not something I haven't been able to even get a cow share here.
Yeah, because I know Pennsylvania.
They will shut the business down like that. If
I see. I have a couple farms I drive by right near the main highway, and it says raw milk. So,
my daughter is in your state, hence why I am house sitting. I should have her bring me back some.
There you go. No, I was my angle on that one was a friend of mine who grew up on farms and that would go to his friend's farm where they milked the cows, and they always had the big vat of milk in the chiller that was circulating around as they're milking the cows, and they had a ladle there and a bunch of cups and that, and he went over and filled up a big cup, and his friend's dad said, "Have you ever had raw milk before?" He's like, "No, why? It's just milk." He's like, No. You don't want to go chugging a 16-ounce cup of raw milk for the very first time in your life. You will be in the bathroom for hours because your body can't handle it. He's like, just have like 2-3 ounces. He's like, tomorrow, come on back, have another 2-3. Do that for a few days. He's like, hey, you can drink whatever you want.
Yeah.
Did that because he's like, yeah.
Got to get the bacteria, the proper bacteria cultivated.
Your inner biome. As a child, we would buy containers. We would buy quart jars. My mother would buy quart jars from this farm. No, we didn't buy the milk. That just came in the quart jar. It just happened to be filled with milk.
Yeah. You could buy.
But we bought the glass jars.
Yep.
Yeah. But again, if they do that,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting your body used to it. Because I want to go buy. I haven't bought some. I drive by for 4 years, and the last 2 now I'm on here and a lot of other places. I'm like, I gotta go in and buy some. I just want to buy like a quart, bring it home, because apparently it'll even last longer in the refrigerator. Just shake it up.
It'll last longer on your counter. I absolutely love sour milk pancakes. You cannot make sour milk pancakes with store-bought milk.
Well, yeah, because it's been pasteurized, homogenized, deionized, everything on it.
But if you get milk from raw milk and set it on your counter to sour it, it does not smell like if you set store-bought milk on your counter for 3 days, it would stink to high. Yeah.
So Prepper 101 is in here. My page is in here. So someone else snuck in here too, trying to see who it was. Tammy Harder.
Sorry, I'm laughing at Prepper 101's comment.
Which one?
After eating my wife's meatloaf, I can now eat glass jars with no problem.
No, you can't. No glass. Glass will kill you. No glass.
It helps scrape the plaque off your bowels.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't. It will. No, you will not do well. Even a little bit is not good.
I'm kidding. We're just messing.
Yeah. Happy Mac is here now. So, but let's go things other than food, because that's what everybody's really worried about. And
well, there are some companies still in the United States where you can buy 100% cotton T-shirts. So we are still manufacturing some cotton clothes.
One of the many emails sent to me by someone in the chat here talking about the land of the Red Dragon and how right now some of their businesses are really struggling over there and are shutting down because they weren't growing at the rate they were hoping for importing stuff into the United States over the last several years. But some of the things that are quote disposable are starting to tick people off. As far as they buy something, all right, this should last me at least 3-4 years. 18 months later, it's broken. They got to replace it in half the time they thought they were going to have to.
Hey, was
now it's wait a minute, this is costing me twice as much as what I thought it was supposed to cut. No, and they're upset.
Was it you last night or night before or sometime recently that brought up the recycled plastic in your your kitchen utensils? Yeah, where's that coming from? That's right. We send our garbage over there. They grind it up and make it look pretty, put it in a mold, and ship it back to us so we get sick. Yeah.
Well, that plastic they're using in the black utensil, the black plastic utensils, is recycled from e-waste, so it's got fire retardant in it, and the fire retardant is leaching right out into the food.
Well, one thing you should never do is you should never leave that spatula sitting on the edge of the frying pan, and everybody does it.
Yeah.
Because even if it is really good quality plastic, it's still going to leach into the food.
Yeah. Wait. Does that mean? Yes, I'm going to have to go there briefly.
Go ahead. Go.
Does that mean after I cook with those black utensils, I can't light my farts on fire? They're flame retardant in there.
You won't have to worry about that. They're going to self-ignite.
I'll be an internal pipe bomb.
You'll be a ramjet engine.
rear fired engine.
Yeah. All right. I'm bringing something up here. Where is it? Okay, they pulled it off the front page. It's no longer on the where they got all the Black Friday deals that are flying up, flying down, going on. And it was there earlier. It's not there, so I got to go back to my my wish list for it. Cooking. There we go. Boom. Oh man, I hate it when they just go ahead and delete something from my wish list just because it's out of stock. So I'm gonna have to hunt around and do this a little bit differently here, folks, for you. All right, so rather than the black plastic stuff, you can get wooden utensils. And I had a really nice spatula that was showing, wide spatula, but they pulled it out of my thing rather than just saying not available right now. But they got all sorts of different ones. They got bamboo ones. They got oak ones. They got
yeah, but where? So just to be clear, where are they manufactured? Because even the coatings and the oils, things they put on there, can be just as bad, and the bamboo stuff can be worse.
Yeah,
because of the glue they use to laminate the bamboo together in order to make their cute, pretty little things in their antique machines with whatever they're dumping on them.
Yeah. So this one here says visit the TEZZ store. But there's the other one I had on there was US made, and it's on. But if we go down here a little bit lower, they got other different ones and stuff, and you can look around for some of these they come out there US made. They also make these in stainless steel. However, you can't use those on your ceramic frying pans. You can use it on your
cast iron.
Especially if it's the one with the rounded edges on them. I got a bunch of those. But some of these here, when you go research them, they are US made, and you can find some really good ones that were US made. I had one in there and it's gone, just ticks me off. But
sometimes I wonder about the US made stuff too, just because it was manufactured or assembled here doesn't mean that's where the raw materials come from. That's the other problem that they're not talking about.
Yeah. So anyways, there's a bunch of different type of stuff you can get. If you know a good woodworker that who's during the wintertime, his business slows down because people aren't getting new kitchens and stuff like that. Talk to him. Hey, if you got going weeks without business, start making some of these and selling them on Amazon. Pretty soon you'll be selling more on Amazon. You're making more money from these, selling them on Amazon. You'll be doing the other stuff.
After doing a lot of woodworking, I made a wooden spoon for my mother when I was 18, and it took hours. It's not like you're whipping them out unless you invest in like $500,000 worth of machinery and CNC to do it.
Actually, Mark, and I want one. They have a drill bit that's a round ball, so you can get this all.
Oh yeah,
all like cut out, and then you do the round ball, and then you take the hand tool and refine it.
Yeah.
With a little bit yourself.
I have no issues with any of that. It's just it's time consuming, and
not with that round ball. I want one of those drill bits with the little. It's like looks like a round ball on the end of the drill bit.
Yeah, you also
carves out
what kind of wood to use and the treatments and the percentage of moisture in it when you're working it, because if it's too wet or too dry, it'll split. There's so much involved with it. I mean, I made one. It was fun. I loved it. My mom loved it. It was like a 24-inch long. It was like a canoe paddle type thing that I made out of hickory, and she loved it and she used it, and that was all I worried about.
Yeah, I've made mine out of cherry wood. I like cherry wood, but I didn't have one of those round ball things. I want one of those for the next time I make spoons.
Yeah. And they make it for the routers too. They make different curvatures for routers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But then they also I've also seen things for the steamers. So you have all these patterns on there. You start cutting as fast as you can cut, and you're just cutting out all these blanks and stuff. Toss them into the steamer, and they have it where you make a sort of like a mold. You put them all in there. You clamp it down.
Yeah, it's a press. Yeah,
it shapes it for it. You move on to the next project. That's cooling, and if you do your stuff right, you can make a lot of stuff. Because I was making, my wife and I decided we were going to make our kids, because it was so friggin' expensive, the Brio scale wooden train track. And I started making, I got a couple boxes of them that I made for the grandkids. And
Any pros?
Some of it was really fast and easy to make. Rather than doing the little 9-inch or 8-inch straight pieces, I was doing 24-inch straight pieces. Whoop, 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 zing, and then take the soft sponge sander to it, up and down, and spray it, and I was turning those out like a machine gun.
And then I have a video on how to make wood conditioner for cutting boards and stuff like that. So that would be the same thing I would put on my spoons.
Yeah. And so if you can get to talk to local craftsmen in your area when they have a down season to do things that are other and sell it on Amazon or Etsy or Craigslist or eBay or whatever. Give them their alternative income till their normal stuff comes back around.
And you can buy spoon forms on Amazon.
Yeah.
Just the forms, and then finish it yourself.
Yeah. And depending where you're at, right now there's a whole bunch of oak and hickory trees and stuff that bloom down. A lot of wood to use there. Yeah, side hustle, Sumi. Yeah, we can do a side hustle with their main business. Same thing. Yeah, it's a side business from their main shop. But yeah, there's but you can expect things like some of the electronic stuff, the knockoffs of Ryobi, Craftsman, DeWalt, and some of the others that are coming in from overseas. All of a sudden, are going to start costing more than the stuff that they are importing from Mexico.
Yeah, like all the harbor freight stuff.
Yeah, and even some of the non-harbor freight, some stuff on Amazon, like the knockoff for the Ryobis and stuff, coming from China, but the Ryobis are coming from Mexico.
Yeah.
But you're going to see a change in the cost a lot of the stuff, and yes, it's going to hurt your wallet for a little bit.
But if you're buying cheap stuff now and the quality is crap, okay. Now, don't get me wrong, Milwaukee's made in Taiwan, so it doesn't matter. But
yeah,
it's got a different. They have a lot more strict protocols on that. But yeah, you're gonna spend more. It's gonna last.
Yeah,
or it should last. Yeah,
it's like the Red Wing has a sub brand called Irish Setter, which is made overseas. Or components are made overseas, and some of them are assembled here in the U.S. But it's still better quality than what you're getting at Walmart. I have a pair of Irish Setters that are 12 years old, but I've had to re-glue the sole to the lower once so far, and I would say another year or so I'm gonna have to glue it again. But hey, the glue worked, and it's lasting longer. and I abuse the snot out of the thing. So those are the ones I wear into concrete when I'm working concrete, you know, and that kills the shoe no matter who makes it. And yeah,
I get my boots at Red Wing, but they're Works, WORX.
I got one of those, a pair of those in California.
I've been buying those with my company because they give me a voucher to get them for work, and every year I can get a new pair. I got one pair. I'm going on 4 years. Guess what? I got 3 pairs in reserve now, and my feet aren't exactly going to grow anymore. So I got enough boots to last me until you throw me 6 feet under, and I'll be buried in a pair of them. Probably the ones I'm wearing today.
Or you'll be getting buried in a pair of brand new pairs that are polished.
Yeah. Make them shiny because nobody's going to look at my feet anyway. Okay.
Can't hear you, Tammy.
You're muted, Tammy. But
they only open you from the waist up in that casket. You can you don't even have to bury in shoes.
Yeah, but you can request it.
Yeah, there are.
I want to be barefoot. I'm just letting my kids know now.
Yeah, there are a lot of products that are coming over from the land of the Red Dragon that most people don't realize they're from the land of the Red Dragon. And here's what's so stupid. All right, pay less. If I can get it right without getting all slurry.
Froze.
Oh, sorry. Okay, let me see if I can do it right here. Pay less. Shoe source. Made a fake store. Changed Payless to sound like a French name. The shoes that they were selling for $19 or $9, they were charging $95, $107 or so in the store. People were lining up and paying, ridiculous amounts. They one of the ones they sold for $300, and it was a $30 pair of shoes.
Yeah.
So some of the stuff you're getting out there, your Louis Vuitton stuff, they marketed a name and it's crap anyways.
Yep.
Even if it's not coming from the land of the Red Dragon. But but some stuff is, they throw a fancy name on it and stuff, and it's out there being sold as legit stuff. Yeah.
So tariffs are going to hurt us.
I'm just reading what Tammy Harder said. I'm going to throw it up here. So Red Wing in is that Minnesota? MN?
Yep.
Okay, it's 45 minutes from me. They are still making boots, but Pottery has quit production.
I didn't know they made pottery, but okay.
Yeah, there's the CNN version of it. It's also on YouTube here, videos about it, and they're showing doing stuff. But yeah, there are a lot of products stuff. Look, little, lights, on little switches. You plug it in the wall. Whatever you plug it in here is now on a light switch. Yeah, I use a bunch of these around, but all sorts of little knickknacks and cutesy things like that. The number of fingernail clippers coming from the land of the Red Dragon, and they're crap.
Yep. Get if you want good nail clippers, get the ones called Tweezer Man. I've had a pair of those for probably whatever you want to call it. I've had a nail clipper for probably 15 years. And it's as sharp as the day it was there before. I don't cut wire with it, but I cut my toenails and my fingernails.
But there are a lot of things here that when Trump takes office, and hopefully he doesn't just do bulk stuff. He has stuff being set up now for line item things that are the big killers of the American economy by moving production overseas, starts hitting those things to move production back. We need to get stuff moved back, being made back over here. And but yeah, it's going to be painful for a while. The increase due to either tariffs, duties, or just plain old taxes that is going to increase the cost of doing things. And of course, we'll probably have a bunch more whiners going, I'm going to have to leave the country because I can't deal with this. Don't let the door hit your butt on the way out.
It's funny how they never leave.
Oh, one of them, DeGeneres, left.
Oh no, she did not leave because of who took office. She left because she's in tapes for a certain party she was attending.
And that's why most of them are like running scared right now, because if he's in office, I'm leaving the country. Of course you are. You're going to go to a country that we can't extradite you from.
That's the funny thing. Some of these party goers have went to countries that we have really good extradition policies with, and I'm like, dude, if I could afford to leave the country, I wouldn't go to that country that's going to ship you right back.
Yeah, you might want to go somewhere in deep South America somewhere and just disappear. But no, they got to keep they have to make sure they're still on Twitter or whatever the newest, latest, greatest thing is, to let the world know they're still alive.
But let's be real clear. They're leaving because of the parties they attended.
Yeah, there's
not the party they belong to.
Well, they belong to that party too, so there is that.
I think it's the same thing, the party they attended and the party they belong to. Anyways. Anyways, so
not pointing fingers, just saying.
Yeah. I actually need to change the name of this one here real quick here. There we go. All right, so coming up here on Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound, change the name here because I had the name I wanted to put in there. I just quickly threw something in there. It wasn't the full name. So it's going to be, we're going to be talking about canning holiday leftovers.
Yes.
So it's not only just good for this coming holiday, it's good for the next one and the one after that.
I'm dying to try making the stuffing turkey mashed potato croquettes in a waffle iron. You take your stuffing, you put a little patty down.
Yeah, I'm doing the same. I'm doing that same thing.
A little bit of turkey and throw some stuffing on top of it. You spray your waffle iron and put it in there and mash it down. And yeah, I don't know. I've seen videos on it. All my friends are like, dude, you got to do this. I'm like, maybe.
Now I can see doing the stuffing because I like the crunchy bits of the stuffing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I don't want that other stuff in there.
You don't want the turkey in there? Whatever.
No.
So just make stuffing patties and make stuffing waffles.
Yeah.
I'm doing the stuffing muffins so I can have a lot of crust.
That's what I do. My wife hates it. She likes the gooey. She likes the gooey. I like the crusty. So I get around all the edges and she can have everything in the middle.
All right, so canning holiday leftovers is on Monday. Back here on GrayManPrepping for Tactical Tuesday. Take stock of your stock. Going to basically it's the time to go through it and figure out what you have. What do you need to get more of?
What do you need to get rid of?
What do you need to get rid of? But what do you need to get more of, just in case the idiots come out of the woodwork on January.
Yeah, someday in January. Yeah.
All right. Thursday is the midnight ride. Got some interesting stuff going on there. Oh, I do have something for you right now before I forget. Where is it? Oh, I hate it when it does that. It changed it from a JPEG to a Crown download again. And it was another really cool one. Anyways, it was another Thanksgiving meme off of Facebook.
Just do a screenshot of it and save it as a JPEG. You're better off. It's easier.
Just a second here. Maybe it went over. Oh, hang on. Let me see. It says it's no longer in there. It may have gone over to a. No, not that one. Happened to it. Green. Oh, well, yeah. Microsoft isn't cooperating.
It's Microsoft.
I wonder why.
Okay, go ahead. Ask me.
What?
Did you get a computer yet?
No, I am not going live on Thursday.
Oh.
Okay.
Did you
But
get
I
a
will go-
laptop yet?
No, but I am going live on Tuesday.
Okay.
I will go live. I'm going to try to go live Tuesday about 1:00 in the afternoon.
Eastern time.
Eastern time.
Yeah, I might actually.
All right.
But I'm off this whole week, so maybe I can get on one for once because you're always doing it during the day and during the week, and I'm working.
It's usually what works best because I have kids.
Yeah. All right. So Tuesday, besides Tactical Tuesday, Tammy's going to go live about 1:00 or 1300 military time, Eastern time. Next Friday is garden items to salvage first in Tawaki. All right. And why you should salvage some things and leave the others alone for a little bit first. So that's what we're going to be talking about on Friday night in the homestead. The next one here is, now I know someone suggested this and I forgot to put who emailed it to me, but for next Saturday here, urban water scrounging.
Sounds yummy.
In other words, finding an urban water source during major SHTF or Tawaki event.
You just have to have the right key.
That too. There's another key most people don't know about. You need to have the right one of those too to isolate certain
froze.
You froze.
So you can isolate certain amounts of water. Basically, I'm talking about a butterfly valve key. It's like a steel box about that big around on a 1.5 or 1.25 rod. You pull the lid off in the street. You put it down. Oh, I'm on. Okay. All right, that valve's turned off. All the water up coming down from there is now safe, and I can get to it. Anyways, so that's what's coming up here this next week. Thursday being midnight ride on Thanksgiving may only be really short unless everybody's already done partying out and they're all vegetating on tryptophan, whatever heck it is.
Yeah, tryptophan.
Tryptophan. Because they had too much lettuce with their turkey.
Yeah.
7-layer salad. That's what I'm bringing.
That's it. Turkey wrapped in lettuce leaves.
Yep, that'll put you to sleep, guaranteed. All right, everyone. Thanks for stopping by. Remember, starting January 1st, which is going to be, hang on, let me go to the next month here, which is going to be on a Wednesday. We kick off the indoor garden challenge.
I have a secret weapon, but my secret weapon won't grow fruit for 3 years.
Howie has a secret weapon, and his is producing fruit
Yeah.
right now.
For 7 years.
I bought a dragon fruit plant, but it's only this high, and it takes 3 years to grow fruit.
Yeah.
But it still counts, right? I'm growing something that will grow fruit someday, and it's alive. I've kept it alive, so.
And so what we'll be doing is on December 31st, 2025, I'll start adding up all the amounts. And to have your amount counted, you need to do a short video. It doesn't have to be a long video. It can be, but you do shorts and stuff. And I'll have the hashtag out there for you by that time. Ooh, okay.
Cool.
So you can just do it. All right, this is what I harvested. This is what it weighs.
Oh no, that's my daughter's pineapple. It won't be ready this year either.
Yeah. All right, everyone. Take care, and we will see you on Monday on Camp Patton Family Compound for canning holiday leftovers.
Sweet. Have a good night.
Hey.